I think we should all be vegetarian. Vegetarianism is what we need to be going for nowadays. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, we definitely do need to keep control of our animal populations so that the predators don't come into our neighborhoods and kill our babies. It's great to eat them, and even go hunting for the deer. You know, keep the numbers down, eat the meat like that. I love eating meat. Meat's great, but as far as like subsidizing these farmers, I don't know how many billions of dollars so that they can grow cows instead of grain, which is going to cost a lot less, is stupid. It's bad for the environment. They have to pump out these animals with so many drugs so that they grow faster, and then it gets stuck in their flesh and gets into the water, and then polar bears eat it up in the North Pole and start having asexual polar bears and midget polar bears, and there's a whole list of animals that are getting mutated, and it's because of these drugs we pump into our animals. And we wouldn't have to pump as nearly as many pesticides and stuff into our environment if we were just to eat straight out of the earth instead of have all these different steps. The average hamburger has like 150 different animals in it because people love money, so they love to. The subsidies aren't enough to make the meat cheap enough for people to buy, so they feed the animals roadkill, and they keep them in these pens with other dead animals in there with them, and they're sad their whole life. So you're eating the meat of an animal that wasn't running free in the woods. It didn't have a good life. You're eating this sad, angry, afraid animal, and you're getting all of that, all those adrenaline and all that, and also the drugs, all those nasty things in your body when you eat that stuff. I actually have a first-hand experience with it. I bought this stuff called Cytomax. It's for weight gainer. I started like working out, and I was really sick for a long time. I didn't know why I was sick, and then had it one morning, and I threw up, and I tasted it. It was coming out of my mouth, and I said, "Ugh, that tastes like dead animal." And then I smelled it later, and it was really pungent, and it tasted like dead animal. And I realized that I was eating flesh of dead animal, and it was just, my body was rejecting it because there were too many chemicals and just nastiness in there. And then I got another protein powder that was like a soy-based protein powder, and I smelled it. It smelled like a flower, and it was like love. It was delicious. It was night and day. So now I eat that stuff, and it's delicious, and I feel way better also when I eat stuff that's not fried, vegetables that just come out of the ground, and grains and fruits, and stick to that. I feel awesome. And then I start suddenly eat like a big, hamburger with fried French fries, and I don't feel as good. So if everybody was a vegetarian, it would be a lot cheaper for us. The average cow takes like 3 acres or something, because they have to eat the grain that humans could eat, and so it'd be cheaper, it'd be healthier for us, it'd be healthier for our world. And there's another reason, that's an esoteric reason, but all of the pain and suffering in the world that you feel, I think it's an actual thing. Kind of like the radio waves where you talk with yourself on somebody else, it's an actual thing that you can feel. And I think all the animals that we keep in pens, it's just knowing that they're there and that they're suffering, creates suffering in the atmosphere that everybody can feel. And it affects the way we treat each other. And I don't think we can telepathically communicate with each other. I don't think the radio waves will be clear enough until that pain and suffering goes away. And it's not just pain and suffering of humans, it's pain and suffering of animals also. Because animals are people just like us, they're just in another machine. So for all those reasons, be vegetarian.